All right, so this thing moves around on it. Well, this isn't the best tool. The circle is moves as I move the screen. So I was drawing the best kind of ellipse that I could here to fit these edges, and just kind of the idea of a cup and handle, and where we might see edge movement along the circular shape, or I guess in the case of a cup and handle, you would be looking for consolidation out of the edge of the cup, right? Maybe like here. I don't know if that would be along this line or, but yeah. So this is a smooth mathematical curve, and we've had a couple moves out of this curve and a couple underneath it, but most of the reactions have been along this shape, and that's something that could continue, something to look out for. And so it seems to be getting tighter, and the volatility now is picking up, and the volume is picking up on the down moves. And so I suppose maybe it would start widening out a little bit more. It seems to just be getting narrower between the peaks each time. So maybe we just get narrower peaks, and more volatility would mean bigger up and downs, and just kind of, I don't know, whatever, some action along that outer edge. Higher volatility would be bigger moves. Some generic shape like that. Just um, and the idea here would be if it's headed downhill and you have this outer edge as sort of a reaction zone. This is the area where you would want to be shorting, and then the deeper you get into the circle, the more likely it is you're going to make a move back out. And I guess there's kind of an inner. You could probably draw like a range, an inner circle range that fits too. Let me. All right, this fit a little better than I was expecting. This is pretty cool. So you can see with this inner circle, we get this uphill outer edge action. The peaks are breaking inside here, and then here this it gets the W on this one, and the peaks break. And here we get the deep part of the W, and then here it holds up this downhill little W here. So that's a cool shape that gets a bunch of reactions on an inner kind of thing. So yeah, potentially moves along along here, and then I don't know, out here if it's a cup and handle, something like that, where it gets more volatile, bigger up and downs out towards the edge of this shape, and then potentially breaks just past this thing. And if it starts breaking it, that would be a spot to get out. And if it starts breaking this, maybe something like that. And this ellipse changes shape as I move around. So this is going to be a hard thing to kind of leave up as a guide because it's not really it's not really fixed to the graph. But that's just a general shape of the ellipse. And then I'll point out some things here, and then I can go through the cyclicals. So this is Brian Lewis with MMT Investing, and things just change. So we get these we get these W kind of shapes, and if I zoom in, I lose my circle. But these W's are really good places to draw these bull market lines. And we get one here, and this is an uphill W, and you can see the middle of the W is kind of on top of the line, and here the top of this one is on top of this line, and both of these W's are on the same line, and they're both uphill at the same angle, the middle of the W. And so that is the bull run, and now we've gotten our first downhill W here, and now we're getting a move, well, potentially out to the edge of this circle range. As far as W's being bottom kind of reversal areas, and we're getting kind of peak moves out here at the top. And people have been pointing out this as a double top, and I was looking for that too because we got a lot of double tops in the previous cycle, but this thing just looks round to me. And it's round with this kind of shape where it started out really wide and it's getting narrower and narrower and narrower. And the volatility was going down this whole time. And now the volatility is starting to pick up on the down moves, which indicates bigger down moves and then bigger bounces. If the volatility keeps increasing, the volume's increasing on the downs here too. And so yeah, this shape doesn't indicate a very deep bottom on this rounded shape, whatever this is, 26 or something. But it does indicate higher volume and higher volatility on the down moves, and then something maybe it would do some kind of edge to edge kind of shape around this rounded thing, and we'll see if that kind of continues. And I guess I'll leave this up, although it's not gonna fit very well. All right, so I'll flip through the cyclicals, and please hit the like button to help me out with the YouTube algorithm. Let's get out to the weeklies. All right, so here we are in bear territory out towards the end of the year, and this has crossed over and it's trying to pull up to less bearish, very long-term outlook. Still bearish, getting less bearish. And then on the dailies, this is kind of the month-to-month look. We are still up in bull territory here from our big bull run, and it's looking like it's turning over maybe back here in this area. Yeah, that was the highest peak, and it corresponds with this peak and this thing. And so it looks like it's trying to turn over, but right now we're getting a move that's decreasing the width of the flip, and so we're getting this kind of shapes where it's going up and up and up, and this is just kind of that rounded, whatever scallop shape you want to call it. And so today we'll see if we post a bar that is a white bar instead of a deeper red one today, and check out the shape of this thing. And so thing to watch out for, the bears would want this blue line to diverge more and want this red line to actually cross all the way over into bear territory. And the bulls are looking for the blue line to get on the other side of this red line and start trying to pull it the other direction. And that would be a bull side turnover, and that would be very, very bullish. Wherever this bottom is on the red line would be a really bullish bottom. And I mean, if we got bullish that way, it would be super bullish. And if it crosses over to the bear side, that's super bearish. And if it just kind of gets down and kind of working along this downward angle to be flat. So kind of downward moves are neutral from here. But once we get onto the bear side, then it would be bearish. And it's 4 hours. This is kind of looking out at the weekly, week to week. And we're still bear side, and we're getting less bearish. And bear side and kind of trying to get to the bullish side. And we're bull side and maybe topping on the bull side. It's hard to see, but this is bull side and still pulling more bullish here on sort of the weekly outlook right now. And this is bull side weekly. And then we have enough data, I guess, to take a look here. Sort of on the outlook for today and tomorrow. We're up here in bull territory and looking at if we're gonna flip or not, and same kind of thing here as we're looking at on the long term. The bears would want to get all the way down to the bear side here, and you want the blue line pulling the red one down. And then the bulls would want the blue line to either stay on that side or get a bullish side flip here where it crosses over and crosses back. And so this is bullish on opening today, but it's kind of topping. Like here where it's wide divergence is very bullish, and then less and less divergence is less bullish. So it's kind of a bear move in bull territory on the end of this huge parabolic move. We just got a big parabolic move on pre-market, and here this is kind of bullish, and the bears aren't really pulling it down. It's just kind of waving. So we have to see which way that breaks. And kind of, yeah, just staying bullish, staying bullish, staying bullish on opening, and staying bullish. So that looks like a bullish opening probably would happen on the start. So here we closed slightly bullish on the S&P and on Friday, and then to open here we just gapped up. So this looks like a couple days of kind of waving and grinding up over the weekend that we don't get to see. And this gap is not a real gap as far as technical analysis goes. That's just the weekend, and then we get a bull pennant and a pop, and then we get a crossover to the other side, which is a attempted bear move, which turns into a bigger bull move up. And now we're staying on the bull side of this line, and so that looks bullish to open right now. And so the bulls would want to continue to stay on this side of this line and continue to push it up, and then the bears don't just want to cross over to the other side of the Bollinger Bands. The bears want to start pushing the bands down and changing the shape of the bands. And so right now to open, it's looking bullish, and that is the cyclicals and a little bit of technicals. Just just kind of flagging up here to open. And these are a little bit tricky on Monday opening because you get that gap and it's kind of messy. But if you get into the 15 minutes, you can see kind of the activity. But out on the hourlies, it's still pretty vague what we're doing because we just got this gap and it's not really clear where we are. And we're up in bull territory, and it hasn't started to flip yet. So that looks bullish to open, and that's what's up. This is not investment advice, and happy trading.